Alright guys, Mental here. I posted a video last night of my Lancing Steel assassin, and I figured, you know what? Let's try out going ahead and running this on a Pathfinder. I actually prefer the Pathfinder class. It's my favorite spec in the game currently, so I wanted to go ahead and test it out on this class just for those who also prefer to use Pathfinder instead and want to see how the build runs with that. So it's Lancing Steel. I'm currently on this guy, level 95, so obviously the Pathfinder will be a lot stronger, have more life, stuff like that. I'm sitting at 5100 life currently. I'm doing the Simulacrum. This is the last 5 waves, so I figured I would go ahead and throw this video up as well, so that you guys can see how it can do the rest of this content. It can do Awakened Date Sirus, it can do Mastermind. I've killed both of those, so now it's left for Simulacrum. I've cleared a 40, a 60, and an 80% Delirium map. Next step is 100% Delirium. There's a few changes that I did to it that I forgot to do when I was on my assassin, and then add the perfect form for survivability aspect. I forgot about all the tanky, one-shotty, smash your face in, and screw with you things. So again, this guy's not using the Savior Sword like the assassin was because he doesn't have any crit. But as you can see, the damage is legit. That boss just got obliterated at a wave 15 Simulacrum. So I mean, it's pretty good. It's solid. It so far, it's done every piece of content I have thrown at it. Every little bit of content that I've tried to do, I've been able to do. Everything that I wanted to do on this character, I can do. So the build itself is legit. It does what I want it to do, and there's only going up from here. Like, this build can do so much more. You can, like I said, run it on Assassin, or you can run it on the Pathfinder here. The Assassin, it gets easier max cap dodge just because of the elusiveness. You can also get elusiveness on the Pathfinder as well. Like, it's not that difficult. You just go to the tree here, and you'll just go up here instead. So instead of grabbing these, so you'll drop these 2 points. You can go straight across the bottom here and still grab this stuff. Or you'll drop these 2 points, put 1-2 points there, but then you need a little bit extra points to go here and grab elusiveness on kill. Now that'll help you out because you'll still break it with the Withering Step, and you know, everything pretty much remains very, very close, very similar between the both of them. I'm just making sure, since I got all these things, I go ahead and pop these on. I don't even know, this is all the stuff I've gotten from the Simulacrum so far. I'm just going ahead and throwing it in this dump tab here, and I'm just going to continue on my way to wave 20 and 100% completing it. That's what I got from my last Sirus run. So, game plan, like I said, is complete all content on this guy. Do everything that can possibly be done. When I'm fighting big bosses, waves like this, I don't need to move. 100% Simulacrum. I take off my movement speed flask and my Dying Sun, and I throw on a Jade's flask and the Witchfire brew. Now the Witchfire brew, one, just because it gives that extra damage, because we're dropping, you know, a bunch of damage from our Dying Sun. We have a Despair on hit rings, so we don't. Like I said, I got a few new pieces when I was making this guy. I got a new foil, 2 new foils actually. So I multi-crafted this one, and then I crafted this one, so instead of the 5% attack speed, now it's got 14%. I sold the old foil, that 5% attack speed mod, looked just like this, for 300 chaos. So I mean, crafting chaos imbued items and stuff like that is still pretty beneficial. But now we'll get to the meat of the matter here and get more of these waves done. So I just pop my things, recall my blades, go ahead and pop my blades, and just keep on shooting out, keep on moving. So if you stay still a lot in Simulacrum, you'll get blown out. So you just want to keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. The good thing about the Pathfinder is your poison prolif. So currently I'm still running the exact same nodes. I'm still running Pierce, but I also have now prolif. So now I have two clearing abilities or clearing gems set up in here rather than just the one. Well, apparently somebody wants something that I have in there. I don't know if it's something that I just got or something that I found earlier, but whatever. I can't message him right now. Oh, I can message him right now. I'll Alright, so wave 17. Let's go. Let's fucking get this. Let's crush it. Let's see if this build can do all the content without dropping. I have not died yet, okay? So I haven't died on any of these levels. I have done this 100% deathless so far, so I die, this is not first. Most likely, I am going to blame it on the lag from streaming, okay? Just so you know, I'm going to say it, you know, it's the streaming part. Yeah, streaming slow. Yeah, English is hard too. Okay. Oh shit, big boss boy. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna apply some poison stacks to him, right? As we have 5, we're gonna keep doing our circle, we're gonna keep moving, we're gonna keep getting this stuff done, we're gonna keep clearing out all of the mobs here while he takes a bunch of poison damage, right? Then I'm gonna drop totems here, and I'm going to just start shredding him. Look at his health, look at his health, look at his health. Wave 17, or wave 18, one of the two. But that guy is fucking dead. Oh, not dead. He is dead though. See that? Easy. Easy. When there's a bunch of freaking enemies, don't just stop and try and focus down the boss. You're a poison build. Move around, kill all the enemies, do your thing. You don't have to just stand there and constantly attack a boss because you got a crap ton of extra damage. I'm gonna grab all these shards because why not? They're all going in here anyway. And it's right here. Yeah, you don't have to sit there and base tank the boss and just sit there and keep hitting him. That's why I like this variant a little bit better than the Viper Strike, so I have my Viper Strike here. I was going to put the build back together because in one of my old videos they asked for a, like a POV to it. I linked them, one of the POVs that I saw whenever I was creating it, when I was looking for like tankier ways to keep myself alive with the 100% Simulacrum. I found the ultimate melee version of it, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So I looked at that one and I thought it was pretty sick, so I went ahead and I linked that in the comments for the guy that asked for the build guide or the what was it? Shit. I like losing my train of thought trying to move around here. But yeah, he asked for a POV and stuff like that for it, but I didn't have the POV because I dismantled the guy. This is the guy I was running Viper Strike on. Oh no, don't do that. Okay, so he did just fucking he did just hit me. But it's okay, because so I keep calling my blades, you'll see, like they keep increasing. I was just doing a lot of testing. Ooh, gotta make sure you get Fortify up. If you don't get Fortify up, you're gonna probably have a bad day. So, get all my blades up, he's almost dead. I'm gonna come over here and then I'm gonna unload them all. Yeah, no. See what I mean? You just keep moving around, you keep getting, you keep moving around, you keep attacking him, and stuff like this. So even these beefed up maps, even these really incredibly strong opponents, they can't do too much. One, because you're actually ranged. You are a projectile-based build, so you're sitting back and blowing and just chucking a bunch of projectiles at these guys. Yeah, that's my daughter. She's doing her thing. I don't know why my mouse isn't working properly right now, but that might be an issue. Whatever. Wave 20. Let's do this. Or wave 19. So, again, keep checking them out, call your blades, and then just keep moving. Your poison prolif, as it kills enemies, even while you're moving around and stuff like that, it's going to do a lot of work for killing things. For the assassin, you just do a little bit extra damage, but you don't have poison prolif. So right now, there's 2 bosses out, so I'm just going to keep moving, keep damaging, move moving around. This guy wants to make things difficult for me, so I'm not even gonna go over there. I'm just going to keep calling my blade and working on him. Alright. I think this is really funny. Oh shit. Okay, so we just dodged the hell out of that. Okay, got all my blades up. Okay. Wants to DRC. Drop our totems. Get our increased attack speed. And then unload. While he's doing crazy shit. Okay. Okay. It's lagging like crazy, so if I do die, I really am gonna blame it on the fucking, the fact that I can't do shit. So, another reason I like Pathfinder, flask up time, baby. Flask up time. My flask keeps coming up. So, I'm gonna try and keep going from either side of these guys. And I'm gonna try and go ahead and try and push the blades through both of them at the same time. Oh shit, that's not gonna be good. Alright. Yeah, I literally jumped right on top of it. That's my first death. Alright, so we got these guys mostly down. Well, about a third of the way down. And I'm gonna cut off the mic because each time I try and talk, I start to try and mess up here. So I'm gonna cut it off and then we'll go over a conclusion when it's all done. There we go, now everything's working. Sorry about that, my daughter came by. There we go. There we go. Simulacrum. Whew. Wave 19. Last wave, which means this is going to be a dirty hoe to complete. Alright, wave 20. Can we do it? Can we do it on this build? Damage is obviously a little bit lacking, but I do not have a Watcher's Eye. I dropped a little bit of damage to get a little tiny bit of defense. I'll show you on my tree after we're done here. Rocking this map. And then we'll go over. I mean, it's the same. It's the same looks for improvement. I mean, I still gotta get just a slightly better weapon here. Well, here we go.
I'm not up to that.
I just got to be a little bit better with my flask effectiveness. So I ran out of flask there on the bosses because I was spamming them like I was running in the middle of these the whole time, and that was really bad, like really bad, because on Pathfinder without flask my damage is reduced massively. So I just gotta chill out, play it safe a bit. Gotta keep my stuff up. There we go. Just gonna ease through, get a bunch of damage where we can get it. Go ahead and move around. But if this build can do all content, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go work my way into min-maxing this. Most likely on the Pathfinder, like I said, is my favorite sense. I like the assassin, but the assassin's damage kind of busts itself because of the duration it gets. Now, faster poisons and duration on the assassin will end up getting some pretty damn good damage. Okay, where are the bosses? I probably shouldn't ask that because I know they're probably just gonna drop on my head and one shot me, but yeah, where are they? Really? I don't think I killed them. I did. Holy shit. Okay. So poison prolific. So I'm not sure. A boss actually came in that last round. I think I got both the bosses the previous round on 19. So that is 20 rounds, 20 waves. Delirium complete. I think what was it? 2 deaths. So I died twice, but we completed it all. But that one death, oh my god! I was standing here and I jumped right into the center of that black orb, and that was all she wrote, my dudes. That was all she wrote. So I kind of wanted to do it to see if it's worth the 95 chaos that it was. So far, don't think so, but I think it's because you get certain jewels or certain cluster jewels or whatever from it. So I don't think I made that much. Maybe though, maybe I did. I made maps and all that other stuff all together. You know, it's a good possibility that I made out at least even. But there's this. The next thing to do is, I mean, I've cleared, I cleared 100% Delirium, but I couldn't kill the 2 bosses at the end there. It was, oof, they hit me like a truck, and I just wasn't doing any damage to them. I also wasn't using my abilities properly and stuff like that, like I know now. So like while you're attacking, so you're attacking here, now watch. If you gotta time it properly, but you can keep all your stacks up. Wait, there we go. There we go.
I'm not up to that just yet.
So you just keep tapping it, and there we go. Oh, you can keep it up, but it takes timing. If you have enough, like with the Jade Flask and the Witchfire Brew, you have like the perfect dodge and evasion, and then you just keep it up while you're attacking the boss, and you shoot. And that's with my current attack speed. So we'll look at Lancing Steel here, 3.3. Alright, so that's without any frenzies except for the one base frenzy I have, and that's right now 27. That is 81 projectiles per second minimum that I'm slamming into that boss. 81 projectiles. That's 81 poison stacking immediately. So same thing with like the assassin. The duration on that is going to like I died once with the assassin and the boss was at 2/3 HP. I died and then I just watched the boss. It just drained all the way down, and that's what the poison does. So if I was running like the poison assassin here, each one of those deaths, I would have just waited, and you would have just see the boss's health just ticking down, ticking down, ticking down, just because the assassin puts so much poison duration on that boss that it sits up there for like 30 seconds. So it's talking about poisons applied recently, right? It increases the time for those that are applied recently. Now, recently, if I'm hitting 81 times in 1 second, right? 81 times in 1 second, and recently is 4 seconds. That's 324 poisons. That's like what, 40-second poison, you can literally just sit there for 40 seconds and watch the boss die in Simulacrum with a freaking assassin. That is like, if you die, of course, but he has more dodge than I do. And then on the assassin, you would also run these, but the problem with the assassin, I would say then, is you don't have the flask uptime. So you have to mostly save these flasks and use the Withering Step elusive combo to keep yourself alive until you get to those bosses. Once you hit those bosses, you should be able to face tank those bosses with all the extra evasion on the flasks and with your Withering Step. Then if you do end up getting one shot there at some point, you could just probably just watch the boss die with all of the stacks you would have put into that boss. And as well as I'm not using Savior on him because my crit chance is 8.5. There's no way. There's no way I'm gonna be able to continuously proc the Savior. Now on the assassin, the saviors will stay out for their full duration still attacking the boss. So that's another net gain. That's 100% of your damage continuing on the boss while you're dead, still stacking those poisons, those 81 hits per second. They're also stacking. So technically you can multiply these stacks by 2 and you got 648 stacks on the assassin, increasing that duration to over a minute. Alright, so so you can literally just sit there and watch a boss die with your savior swords on the assassin base. The Pathfinder is a little different. It's a bit more defensive. It's a higher level, so obviously, so it has more health. But I also included the perfect form here, which makes me even tankier. So I've got the Divergent perfect form here that gives me a little bit extra physical, a little bit extra fire damage, reduced taken from hits. So I got those on there, and then that chill is also really nice too. So things hit me, they get chilled. All right. So that's super nice. All right. So those things all added together make this guy pretty tanky. So now I'm running 5 auras. So I've got Malevolence, Herald of Agony, Precision, Aspect of the Spider, and Arctic Armor. So this made this build definitely a lot tankier. Just going ahead and throwing this in, like I said, I lose the dodge, and on the assassin, I would most likely when I switch back over and put this gear, obviously I'll be using this weapon and the savior because this one's just so much better, and then I will be using the perfect form on him as well. So that's a better route. The other route I was saying is just a little bit cheaper. This is like 290C for this chest. I made that other chest, no, this guy here, I made this guy here for, what was it, like less than 200C. It was like just under 200C. So I mean, you save 90C just self-crafting, and you get that extra attack dodge with the chance of getting extra spell dodge as well. So on this guy, it would be really great, but the reduced amount of damage there, the less physical, less fire damage, plus going ahead and popping on the Arctic Armor here, then plus the extra evasion for your uncapped cold resist. Right now I'm sitting at 97 uncapped cold resist, so I get 97 extra percent evasion or whatever. I think it's uncapped, so 976 minus 97, that's 21% increased evasion. So when I pop on my flask, I've got 51%. Then when I get hit, I get, what is it, from Wind Dancer? You get 40%, or no, 20% more evasion. So I'm at 51%, that'll go up a lot higher. So it'll probably be at like 62%, 63% evasion with a good amount of dodge, 52, 58. Alright, so that's currently what I'm sitting on for like hard tier maps. If I'm doing like 80 plus Delirium maps, if I'm doing Simulacrum, this is the type of setup I'll have. When I'm doing maps, because I have a Despair on Hit now ring, because I have that now, I can go ahead and run the Dying Sun, get those extra projectiles, and now instead of having 27 projectiles, I have 33 projectiles. So same thing applies, you just keep this up, especially when you're fighting a boss. The game plan here is I'll most likely end up getting rid of this replicas and putting minus mana cost on my ring, right? And getting Corrupted Blood on this Lord of Steel Jew jewel here. I'm still looking for one. Once I get that, then I can get rid of that, and I'll work towards getting a life on hit minus mana cost strength. So strength, life on hit, minus mana cost, because I need the strength, right? So that's what I'll be working on. Putting in the perfect form, I had to change up my tree just a little bit more. I had to get more resistances, because if I don't have this node here, I am not capped on resistances. So because I'm the Pathfinder, I actually get a little bit more points than the Assassin, because I'm not going towards the crit damage node. I'm not going to be going up here to grab Dire Torment. So I went ahead and I grabbed, so I've got this node here, Sleight of Hand, extra damage. I ended up grabbing these nodes here. I've got all these life nodes here that the assassin gets just the physical and extra chaos. I was actually thinking about going into this route down to here because it's just a lot of damage. Like this route, this Shadow Start gives you an epic amount of damage. It's actually a really good amount. Alright, but this is, like I said, Pathfinder, Poison Prolif, super nice. So I just go the defensive route. I went up here, grabbed Heart of Oak, so that gives me a lot more life regen. So if I wanted to use Blood Rage, I could use it without any degen. This gives me some more flask charges gain, stuff like that, keep my flasks up, the strength and int that I need, a little bit more strength here, and I won't have to have this point slotted in at all. So I grabbed these 4 nodes here that I didn't have on the Assassin. The Assassin has, you know, the regular start. I was grabbing these nodes here, Blade Dancer, the increased attack speed, and then each of these give me increased damage with ailments, so 14% here, 10% there, and then I've got another 24% here, plus attack speed. It's pretty strong. A little bit of physical pen there too, so that's nice. But I took these off to, I grabbed 1 point here, I grabbed this point here, and I plan on, once I get 1 more level, I'll plan on throwing all those back into here. But I don't have 3 points, and it'll give me more damage grabbing the 10% damage over time multi and 8% increased damage with poisons. So I also took off this point here because I don't need it, because I have the mana here, and I have all the minus to mana costs. So I went ahead and took that off, and I also was able to take Phase Acro off because my chest gives it to me. So you don't need to have that allocated, but I want to keep all the dodge on here. I want as much dodge as possible. So I go ahead and grab all that. Another way you could go ahead and go with this, I'm going to try and POB it, is because you have Phase Acrobatics, you can take off dodge completely and go block, because you get that base block amount from your from dual wielding. You can go into the block nodes, so you can go down here and grab the shield nodes here, and because you're starting with the Pathfinder area, you can grab the block node here, the block node here. You can go for max block dual wielding. So I'm gonna try that out, and a lot of these block nodes have a lot of like resistances and or attack speed. These block nodes, attack speed with shield, attack speed, attack speed, attack speed. So you can constantly be whipping out those blades as fast as possible. Alright, so you've got a lot of that. So over here, block recovery, block, block, block. Then you got retaliation, more block, block, block. And then with your max block, you would change your allocates corruption into command to steal. Give you that extra 3% chance to block, along with at minimum, once you get max block, 75% increased damage. So it's very solid, very good to do. It's one of the things that I'm looking forward to testing out in Path of Building, and then I'll look forward to trying it out on this guy instead of going dodge, because I can't hit max dodge on this guy super easily with running the perfect form. But if I go max block, then I'll get to make use of the bit of spell dodge I have and then the block chance I have. So I'll use the block chance to evade the hold on, I'm trying to read and write. I'll use the block chance, right, to evade attack block, right? And then I'll use the spell dodge from the Atziris and other bits of spell dodge to go ahead and mitigate the spell damage. So I'll have both of the mitigations in 2 separate ways. It worked really well with my Viper Strike. Like, I was able to do all content with that as well. So I mean, I think I might go closer into that route, the same route I took with that, and see how well that works out for me. It's pretty solid, it's pretty strong, it works, and this is what I'm doing. That was some of the gameplay. Obviously, getting a minus Chaos Helm, T1 life, that's your end game. Getting a claw, getting a jeweled foil with 27% attack speed would be preferable to this. So you want more poison, flat chaos, chaos damage multiplier. Then you want, for your suffix, you want damage over time multiplier, attack speed, and then I mean any other type of damage suffix, poison on hit would be great. But like I said, those are the main two you want: that damage over time multiplier and the 27% attack speed. T1 is attack speed for those two suffixes. Mainly, those are the ones you want. Alright, then you come over here because like poison on hit chance, you don't really need it, because if we look at our poison on hit chance right now, we're sitting at chance to poison 125%. So if we drop this 20%, we're still good. We're still good. Good to go. Alright, so we got over here. So yeah, main hand. Where's my offhand? Offhand, for some reason, it's the exact same, even though there's more chance to poison on this. There's fucking 45% chance to poison. I don't know why that hasn't changed, but whatever. It doesn't matter. On here, same thing. You want two of those same jewels. Jewel sockets and stuff like that. I mean, not jewel sockets, affixes on your weapon. Those are all the things that you want on there. Boots, you could get redeemers. Your redeemer boots, elusive boots, or you can go hunter redeemer and get elusiveness and tailwind. That elusiveness will again make it more like the assassin and increase your dodge chance and stuff like that. In doing so, you'll have a really good amount of dodge. When you get that as well, if you go the block route, you'll have high block, high dodge. You'll be pretty goddamn tanky with mitigation. You'll have so many different layers through perfect form, divergent armor. You got life on hit. You got your poison prolif hitting everything. You've got your fast attacks to add on to your life on hit. You've got a decent sized life pool. You've got evasion. Like you've got a lot of different layers of defense here. Plus, not to mention the chill that Arctic armor gives as well when they hit you. Obviously, attack speed and chaos dot multi I need to add onto here. Not take, because I want the base physical damage is fine as well. Like it's a good mod, but chaos multi and attack speed first, and then flat physical I'll take after that. Amulet. Obviously, I don't want cast speed. I want attack speed. If I was gonna choose that for a suffix, and that's what I would really just go ahead and want attack speed, and then maybe a because I don't have any room for suffixes if I go attack speed. But if I have the chaos dot multi aspect of the spider, I could either have attack speed or resistance. I mean, I'd be happy with either one. Obviously, physical damage to attacks for the prefix would be great. So, for the ring, you got your despair on hit, minus the mana cost. I've got my accuracy on here, I've got my intel on here. The only other prefix that you would want is like, you can grab like chaos damage or life on hit. Life on hit, life on hit, life on hit, that's what I want. This would be perfect, the perfect ring with all T1 rolls, except if that physical damage was changed to life on hit. Then I would want exactly this ring, just T1 rolls. Alright, for this one, same thing. I've got my life gain on hit. I want T1 life. We need that strength roll, and then resistances. That's what you want on here. Alright, because you already have your despair on hit, you want to try and get a bunch of resistance on here, because you'll lose resistances here, and then you don't have any on here. If you go attack speed, you don't have any on your boots, so getting resistances on this ring is good. If you can get a like really fucking sick ass ring for this side, Bring a Nostalgia would probably give you more damage, but the life, then the life and mana modifier and stuff like that on a ring like this will give you just so much defense that, and I don't really think you need all that extra damage with a Watcher's Eye, with the Chaos multi here, with the attack speed on several pieces, getting Chaos damage on a Hunter belt, stuff like that. The minus resistance on your helm, with all that added damage to this build, you'll be able to just shred those bosses in a Simulacrum. You won't even need to worry about that. Alright, so it'll be nice and easy going. you can get so much more damage everywhere else and keep this for a nice, durable life roll and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It'll put you at around like 52 plus, 5200 life plus, just increasing that to T1 life and then fully qualitying it up with those metas. Alright, but guys,
I'm not up to that just yet.
this is Mental Asylum here. This is what I'm doing. I will continue testing out the different aspects of this build and link you up with the next video. Alright, peace.